6, so we got really lucky. We dodged a bullet. I'll be up in a moment. Checking this stuff. Check.
Saudi Arabia and Russia. Heard that Saudi Arabia and Russia can do things in this tone.
All right. Yes, we made it. Oh, yes, mic's on. Everything's good. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. Yeah, the interwebs were not our friend today. The lovely. This has become a regular occurrence. This business right here. Yeah, not fun. Not fun when it happens too. It's not that I have a big dose of self-importance. Thanks, Stay Gold. I like it too. I don't have a big dose of self-importance, but I gotta say, try as they might, I'm very resilient, but I think the Russians had some hand in this. I'm just saying. And I think the chat agrees with me. While you're here, though, hit that like. Don't forget patreon.com/HalSparks. And you can super chat and help out the show. You can share it. Look what Hinda just did. Share the show. That's good. Oh, Treva, thank you right out of the gate. Thank you. A good 666 super chat will go a long way towards keeping the show afloat, especially when we start late like this. Any activity you throw into the chat, and this is where we love trolls. Can I just say, I don't know that I think I may have made a mistake this morning. That and basically it was a mistake by omission. I don't know that I let the trolls that we have on the show know just how valuable they are. It's been a while. Because when it comes to the sheer manipulation of the algorithm, the control of it beyond your organic reach, nothing helps you more than a bunch of trolls coming in here going, no, you stupid dumma. So good. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you folks when you come in here, especially if you're watching this later. Some of you come by after hours because you're chicken shit that I'll make fun of your fake name account and your fake. Just don't be sensitive. It's not that kind of show. You're gonna be fine. I like having you here. You are my fake traffic. You know, I don't buy 1 million followers like Russell Brand or 3. Or Dor, any of those guys. I rely on you guys, trolls, to give the extra reach beyond. So, yeah, this is my Captain America hoodie. I enjoy it. I nerd out wearing it quite a bit around the house, largely. As a closet glamvestite and somebody who's a huge Captain America fan, I like the idea of wearing this out about, and I will increasingly do it. Between now and 4th of July, I expect to see this guy a lot. So, you're real? Right, whatever, crazy, insane alien. Have fun over at the Joe Rogan Experience, where they believe anything you say. I'm just saying. Not around here. Get behind me, Satan, I say. Okay, we got to jump right in because since I'm starting late, and do I jump right into this horse shit? Do we go straight to the Libertarian sweat fest? It's not as long as his other ones because he bailed the fuck out. My question is, and I have not watched this. I have seen a couple of clips, little bits of it, like the first boo and one other, but I have avoided intentionally because I wanted to watch the whole thing to you. But here's what I want to know. Does he play proud to be an American as he comes out like a dickhead at this thing? Because say what you will about the Libertarians, they are not proud to be Americans. It used to be said that the Libertarians, and if there are any Libertarians here, with all due respect, fuck you. You're not a political movement. You're a self-help book that fell into some nuclear waste and is walking around trying to convince itself he's alive. It's alive. It used to be said that libertarians are Republicans that smoke pot. Now, thanks to Joe Biden, Republicans, if you smoke pot, you're not going to get in trouble. You can smoke pot, and because of Democrats, you're welcome. Right. Democrats have given those Republicans the right to smoke pot. So the idea that they're still Republicans at all is ridiculous. So I don't know what happened to that patch of libertarian crowds. Yeah, but that's the old guard. That would be the rhinos, the libertarians in name only, right? Now, libertarians are basically sovereign citizens with mortgages. That's it. A sovereign citizen with a mortgage is, and their own mortgage, I should say, because some sovereign citizens are happy to take someone else's mortgage. So here we go. I don't know who the fuck he thinks they are. I don't know who the fuck they think they are. They front loaded a bunch of his asshole supporters in there, so even the cheers are fucking fake. So I'm excited. Here we go. Now he played it. He fucking played it. He's playing it. He's standing there like an asshole in front of these people playing this thing, and it's very quiet. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can bring it up. And he's doing his whole like toddler waddle in front of the crowd. Move that free Ross bullshit. Get the fuck out of it. Like, here's what you should be. Libertarians, you want to show some consistency. You want to show some quality. Say, instead of holding up a free Ross thing, which you are lifting from like the people fighting for Mumi Abu-Jamal or Leonard Peltier or somebody like that, or I don't know. What else would they do? Fucking free James Brown, maybe? Yeah. Anyways, where they stole it from? Free Britney? Probably Free Britney. That's probably where they got it from. Yeah. You should hold up a lessen Ross's sentence to a reasonable amount because clearly he's a criminal, but we thought it was a bit too much. Also, maybe new trial that would limit what, because he was just a delivery system for all the people that were sold into slavery and all the people who died of fentanyl overdoses. Damn you, Republicans. Like something like that. It's a bit, I know, it's a bit wordy for a sign, but what are you going to do? Yeah. It's fucking asshole just playing the song. Somebody's holding up a something socialist sign. Biden is a socialist. Biden goes, move to New Hampshire. So lower that sign, dude, because apparently you hate him. You made this with your fucking schoolhouse. Yeah, right there you go. Move to New Hampshire. Pork is something with the bandwidth of okay. Somebody's holding up a sign telling him to move to New Hampshire. Okay. Why would you stand there like this is probably the most fucking embarrassing part of it. Oh my God, this is terrible. They're all holding up like fuck you signs. Yeah, that says free move to New Hampshire. There's some on the other side of it though. Now I don't know if that guy's from New Hampshire, and that's one side of the sign for somebody else. MAGA equals socialist. Look at that. Holy shit. MAGA equals socialist with a Nazi S. Ouch. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but I do know that a sign like that would, National Socialist, absolutely. That would make more sense. But somebody holding up, that can't be making, if he saw it at all, it'd be like, oh, it's so good.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you very much, everybody, and thank you, Angela, for that introduction. And I am truly honored to be invited.
Why did we get to see the introduction?
Invited here tonight as the first president in American history to address the Libertarian National Convention. Great honor.
I'd like to admit that I'm the only former president in American history to be so fucked in the polls that I have to address the Libertarian Convention. Can you imagine if Biden showed up trying to kiss the ass of like the Democratic Socialists just to get them online? Or some Marxist group, like, please vote for me. Don't vote for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Like, get the fuck out of here.
A lot of people ask why I came to speak at this.
He means him. Whenever he does this, he means him. He means he asked his people, what the fuck am I doing here? What is this? Why are we here? Why are you making me do this?
Libertarian Convention, and it's an interesting question, isn't it?
That's what that finger meant. Because I'm the one that brought it up. I don't want to do this.
But we're gonna have a lot of fun.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Fucking grinding his teeth like a 70s coke fiend.
Well, in the last year, I've been indicted by the government on 91 different things, so...
91? Are there 10 more charges that we don't know about? What? Please do tell. Also, I'm just going to say, if you're talking to a group of people, maybe making your bridge point the fact that you've been indicted so they'll get it isn't the... I mean, this is... I guess he thinks his libertarian / black speech is the exact fucking same.
If I wasn't a libertarian before,
You're not?
I sure as hell am a libertarian now.
Why? Because you think libertarians don't want anyone to go to jail? Look, I think they're a bunch of assholes, but the idea that they want no criminal justice system is fucking stupid. Why in the world why would libertarians, I mean this sincerely, why would he think that libertarians, librarians all know this, why, yes, they're booing the fuck out of him. Because, I mean, he's basically going, we have something in common. I'm a crook, you're a crook. That's all we care about is being able to crook without being fucked with. That, I mean, again, it's insulting. But is there anybody even fucking libertarian adjacent in here that would like to go up and go, yeah, we just want the scuttling of all laws. Yeah, we want Wild West blindfold society where nobody even knows what the fuck they're shooting at.
And unlike Joe Biden, I don't throw people in jail for disagreeing with me. I don't do that.
Why? Because you chickened out, Mr. Lock Her Up?
I want to thank some people that have been really outstanding. and they are great libertarians and great people. Ambassador Rick Grinnell,
who's a Republican.
Senator Mike Lee,
who's a Republican. Wait, hold on, fucko. They don't get to call themselves libertarians if they're running as Republicans. Sorry, fuck that. Libertarians are an actual party in this case. I mean, it's ridiculous. But you are standing in front. Mike Lee didn't run as a fucking libertarian and get elected with an L next to his fucking name. He ran as a Republican. All these people are Republicans.
Kash Patel, and Senate candidate who's going to win from Virginia, Hung Cao.
No. First of all, I got news for you. Yeah, Hung Cao is not going to win in Virginia. That said, do you see the people of Virginia that he is courting in particular voting for someone with a Chinese name? I'm not even talking qualifications. I'm talking his voters and their response to that kind of a name.
I also want to pay our deepest respects to the two young missionaries from Missouri, Davy and Natalie Lloyd, that were viciously killed yesterday in Haiti. It was a horrible thing.
Oh my God, it's fucking co-opting this to control the crowd. This is a tactic, by the way, that shitty speakers will sometimes use, is the unnecessary moment of silence. This says nothing about the actual event. This is them co-opting the event for their own use. He's not in Missouri. He's not like discussing, he's not at a policy meeting talking about Haitians. It's unrelated in that regard. He's in D.C. It's bullshit. Like, he's just borrowing it, and it's gross.
And I just want to pay our respects to their families, their great families.
He has no idea who they fucking are.
Incredible, and it's a very, very sad moment. What happened was so horrible.
What happened? Why don't you tell him what happened? You know what happened. You watched it. You heard about it. You got a briefing on it because you're a former president and a current, candidate. Tell us the details of what happened. What was actually, what occurred? You don't think so? You don't think, yeah, it's a version of stolen valor. You're right, Paul, in the chat. By the way, hit that like, everybody. Give us a thumbs. See all these lovely people? Look at this. Member, Vincent, thank you so much. Thanks for the stars, by the way, on Twitch. Thank you, Terry.
So, to Davey and Natalie, please, thank you very much.
Yeah, what upset you about this? What was the thing that really, because was it the idea that Davey and Natalie, you presume, are white, and you presume they were killed by blacks? Because that's what it sounds like. Because I got to tell you, lots of people die all over the world. Some of them even are Americans of random kind of shit. Thank you, Diagram. Don't applaud murders in Haiti, libertarians. I'm just saying, that's probably the maggots, but...
I'd like to express my gratitude to all the fierce champions of freedom in this room. You are champions of freedom.
It says right there in the thing. I don't know, but you probably are. Fuck it.
You are indeed. And I'm here to...
Whatever. No, they aren't. Look, here's what libertarians want. Strike the laws that apply to the shit I want to get away with doing. Fuck everybody else.
Talk to you about the rise of left-wing fascism in the country and to...
Left-wing fascism. You're talking to a crowd that has a guy in it that's holding up a sign that says MAGA equals socialist. Good luck, dum-dum.
You need to defeat the corrupt and incompetent tyrant in the White House, crooked...
Why, if he's corrupt and incompetent? If he's incompetent, one would think you'd only need to be competent.
Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the United States. He is the worst president by far in the history of the United States. In fact, I would say that...
Some people are yelling, you are.
Jimmy Carter is very happy tonight because he goes down as being a brilliant president by comparison. Everyone here tonight believes that we must fight for the same fundamental freedoms, freedom of...
No, they don't.
...expression.
You got a bunch of like hardcore libertarian atheists here who are like, fuck you. They're, by the way, this entire crowd, say what you will about the libertarians. Please go ahead. I don't mind. I'm kidding. I'm just going to fuck with them because I don't know what the shit they're up to. But all of them are pro-choice. Okay? Whatever. Like if these assholes don't protest vote their way into Robert F. Kennedy Jr., which they very well may, if they may not vote at all if it's between Trump and Biden, so fuck them. I don't care. If you're voting, and if they can vote, if they consider themselves libertarian at all, and they're going to vote for this anti-choice motherfucker, they're not libertarians. They're simply like Republicans who don't like the weight of actually knowing what their policies are supposed to be.
Freedom of religion, freedom of the right to own a firearm, and freedom over taxation.
Freedom over taxation. I think you mean freedom from overtaxation, or just, what are you going to go? Get rid of all taxes? Good luck with that. Also, freedom of choice in there. I mean, what is freedom? Indeed, but the ability to choose for yourself. Why don't you use a phrase like freedom of choice? I think they'd love it, quite frankly. I think they would probably applaud if you said freedom of choice. Yeah. These are the taxation is theft assholes who want the FAA to exist every time they get on a plane and get off a plane, but want it to stop existing when they're not there.
Oh, that was interesting. Then you're going to like me, firearm. You're going to like me.
You're going to like me, firearm. Is there a gun yelling at him in the fire? You're going to like me. There aren't any guns in here, and you can't because I'm here and Secret Service wouldn't allow it, and it's a gun-free zone. But, oh, God, you're going to like me, firearm. What the fuck? You're going to like me, firearm. You're going to like me. Psst, wrap it up. I'm through. Run that by me again.
Over taxation. Oh, that was interesting. Then you're going to like me, firearm. You're going to like me.
You're going to like me, firearm. You're going to like me. He just... There's what is he? How many? We're less than 5 minutes into this motherfucker, and he said another thing that would have ended Howard Dean's career.
Nobody better than me, and we just got the full NRA, the strongest endorsement they've ever given the NRA.
What are you talking about? They endorse the Republican every time. The strongest endorsement.
NRA, so that's good.
Listen to the booing the NRA.
Freedom from overregulation, freedom from government discrimination.
Yes, the government is racist towards orange people.
And we believe that we do not have a free country if we do not have free speech, and very strongly believe that.
We very strongly believe that. That is why Stephen Miller is pushing for the total legalization of child porn.
We stand opposed to government tyranny in all of its many forms.
We prefer the tyranny of your neighbor. Why would we want a government who can come protect you from your well-armed psycho neighbor out in the sticks? Fight him off yourself, fucko.
Are opposed to a government that spies on political campaigns. I wonder who that might be.
That bite me? Real quick, they didn't spy on your campaign. That this guy was testing software to show that he would basically do a use case to show to the, I think it was the DOD or the FBI, and all these Russian phones started showing up, and he's like, fuck, look at all these Russian phones around the White House. Oh, they're going inside. What the fuck is that? And that was the spying.
And opposed to government tyranny in all of its many forms.
No, you're not. He wants to be a dictator on day one and have a papers please force go door to door across the country to check people to see if they're citizens.
Are opposed.
By the way, you think you're going to stop there? You think the local National Guard or cops in a bunch of these rural states are going to stop at just asking if you're a citizen and taking your fucking word for it? You think the bunch of these, like, maggot-adjacent libertarians have passports or a birth certificate handy? Is there going to be a big, like, hey, you got till May to get your fucking live birth certificate on the ready because the force is a-coming? You think there are going to be big announcements on the fucking airwaves? Tell me about fascism, shithead.
To a government that spies on political campaigns. I wonder who that might be. Like they did on me, spies on the American people, censors us, and crushes the rights of its own citizens, which the Biden administration does.
Oh, yeah, your rights are so crushed. You're in D.C. saying this. If he was crushing them, wouldn't there be a big foot coming down Monty Python style on your stupid fucking head?
We want government out of our business, out of our wallets, and out of our lives. That's what we want.
And I want to run that government that can't do anything. Does anybody believe for a second that this motherfucker wants to run a government with less power than it has now? Are you fucking kidding me?
We believe that Marxism is an evil doctrine straight from the ashes of hell.
Well, I think it was written in a book, actually. I don't know that.
Having Marxism in our government is intolerable and
All right, we'll let you know when it shows up, stupid.
teaching it to our children is considered to us child abuse.
They don't teach Marxism in school, asshole. That's not. You do realize when they teach preschool kids to share, that's just character building. That's not economics.
We believe
Yeah, talking about sharing at lunchtime between a kid, who's snatching at other kids' orange slices is not Marxism.
that the job of the United States military is not to wage endless regime change wars around the globe, senseless wars. The job of the United States military is to defend America from attack and invasion here at home.
That's weird. That's an interesting wording. Here at home. From invasion here at home. So you believe we should be able to put troops on the streets here because we're being invaded here at home. That's not accidental language. That's in the fucking teleprompter.
Believe that
You want to talk about fascism?
property rights are fundamental to a free society and that Joe
Society.
Biden's rampant inflation is a monstrous theft from the American people. It's a theft.
It's a theft, a thefty, with the whole, our country being stronger than anybody's a tui.
We believe that the greatest threat to our country is not from enemies abroad. It's the
Oh, okay. So I guess that whole, I know you're not going to say it's white supremacist gangs here in the United States, but you definitely believe it's internal.
tyrants, communists, fascists, and thugs attacking our rights and liberties from within.
Yes, you're standing in front of a crowd of them right now.
And above all else, we live by the words of the
Oh, here comes the suck up.
great American patriot, Patrick Henry. Give me liberty or give me death.
Had death. I can't had just saying that out like he's like you could tell that he's seen a lot of shit movies. He's like, this is when I get shot, isn't it? This is when it actually happens. So he's like, I don't want to say that because somebody's gonna. I got indicted. Now they gotta shoot me. So he has that Woody Allen pause in there. Had death. I'd rather not say it, in terms of this crowd, because I don't want to give anybody any ideas. Might be there first, and it can be a bit painful,
Else, we live by the words of the great
This is a great pronunciation of Patrick Henry, too.
American patriot, Patrick Henry. Give me liberty.
Patrick Henry. Real quick.
And above all else, we live by the words of the great American patriot, Patrick Henry. Give me liberty or give me death.
Had death, but, not here, because, I have an appointment and, later on, and getting shot interferes with my digestion. Look at his face when he does that. Like, I don't like saying that a man's been bad and scaled. That started. That's good. All right. Look at his side bite. Look at that. I don't like talking about getting shot. I don't want to die for this stupid fucking job. Who put that shit in here? Jerry, thank you so much for the super chat. What was that? What was the super chat? Hold on. She said, more coffee now for summer. Oh, thank you so much. Yes. Patrick Hendry. Give me, liberty. Give me a break, honestly. Look at this side bite, man. It just does not like, I hate this. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, the great Phil Hendry.
Our rights and freedoms have never been more in danger than they are right now.
Yeah, they kind of have, actually.
That is why I have come to extend a hand of friendship to ask for your partnership to defeat communism, defeat Marxism, and defeat crooked Joe Biden, who is destroying our country. He's destroying our country.
How so? With the stupid low unemployment? Maybe they agree with you on that one.
We can be libertarian or anything else. This man is destroying our country.
We can be libertarian or anything else. This man is destroying our country. This dude this will be a bellwether moment in people going back over when the fissures, the cracks in the Republican Party became fissures. Jesus Christ. Sounds like they're yelling Daniel Craig. So they were yelling, we want Trump, and other people started shouting somebody else. They're obviously, right, they're yelling, where is it? For someone else's name.
Christopher Columbus. Christopher.
Snap our dicks. Is that what they're saying?
Thank you. And by the way, why isn't Joe Biden here speaking to you tonight?
Because he doesn't have to, and it's their party? What the fuck are you talking about? Why would he? Because he's got votes already, you dumb motherfucker. Oh, they're yelling hypocrite, right? I thought it was bite my dick, but I'll take your word for it. Free Ross. That's Ross Ulbricht. He's the crypto billionaire who got life in prison for setting up a crypto exchange, setting up the Silk Road, which is basically like a dark money web PayPal for like human traffickers and drug and gun runners.
You know why?
Why? Because he doesn't have to? Because fuck you? Because no president has ever had to stoop this low for fucking votes?
Why isn't he? Because he can't put two sentences together. That's why he's not here.
You better put these next sentences together, man. You better make sure you don't fuck up.
Heard that Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat your. The fact is, we should not be fighting each other. If Joe Biden gets back in.
Because he's in right now, and he's totally going to do this stuff I've been warning about that he hasn't done yet, and he hasn't tried to do, but it's coming.
There will be no more liberty for anyone in our country.
That's right. All slavery all the time. That's what Biden's running to do, is bring back slavery, the absolute errat. And even people will be forced by the government to own slaves and enslave themselves so that no one can be free.
Combined with us in a partnership, we're asking that of the Libertarians. We must work together
because I'm losing a huge chunk of the women are not going to vote for me this time.
Combine with us. You have to combine with us.
No, they don't.
We cannot give crooked Joe Biden 4
Listen to that, boo. Holy shit.
more years. We cannot give crooked Joe Biden 4 more years. Today's radical left Democrat.
By the way, you know how occasionally Trump will at these things, when he's specifically recently, it's been about Roe v. Wade. Everybody wanted this done. Everybody wanted this done. This is his way of offloading the responsibility. I just did what you assholes wanted. It's not my fault it went to shit. Now everybody's mad. That's what you said. You guys all said you wanted this. And, 80% of the room's going, no, the fuck we didn't. What are you talking about? But he's like, yes, you did. You all said you wanted me to cook tuna in the microwave. Everybody here told me in the office, you put a card on my desk and you put it on and you all signed it that said, we love when you cook tuna in the microwave. This isn't my fucking fault. And everybody there's going, what? The ones that wrote that were being sarcastic and the rest of us just wouldn't talk to you. What the fuck are you talking about, right? This is his way of offloading. If I lose, it's because these motherfuckers gave their vote to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. instead of voting Republican, which they normally do. This is part of his blame game he's setting up for November. So libertarians, just letting you know, he's going to make it your fucking fault. That's what this conversation is really about.
That party is not a Democrat Party of years ago, which still wanted big government, but at least believed in tolerance and free speech. Joe Biden's radical left Democrat Party is a fascist movement that wants to throw you in jail if you post a meme.
No. There's a lot of memes up today. I'm just saying, everybody there is posting a meme of you right now. None of them are going to jail.
They want to throw you in jail if you do something that isn't quite to their liking.
Well, then I guess why aren't all of your voters in jail? Because while they haven't committed a major crime, I'm sure voting for you isn't something that's quite to their liking.
What you're witnessing under Biden is a toxic fusion of the Marxist left, the deep state, the military-industrial complex, the government.
Industrial complex. He farted again. He shit his pants when I think he shits his. I think they may have. When he was president and they give the CIA tour where they take you 5 miles into the Earth's crust and show you, I think Bill Hicks said an angle of the Kennedy assassination you've never seen before, that they sit you in one of those chairs like in Clockwork Orange while you watch it. And no matter what they did, he would always shit his pants. So now every time he says military industrial complex, he just fills his shorts with soup.
They're liking. What you're witnessing under Biden is a toxic fusion of the Marxist left, the deep state, the military-industrial complex, the government security and surveillance services, and
the government surveillance and security services. Well, it's a service. I mean, I don't think it's. I think you got to take the name service off if you're going to make it sound scary.
Their partners all merging together into a hideous perversion of the American system, and that's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. Well, the way they wrote it in my little thing, that's exactly what it is. Don't you love it when I go off teleprompter? When I read what was in the teleprompter, and then I say, that's so true about what... I gotta say, he does that so often, it's starting to get to me. Yeah, I like to riff a little bit when I go, what I just said that was written is so true. That's not in there, the part where I go, that's so true.
It is. The fact is that Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. My mission is to liberate our nation from these fascist frauds and to rescue our
I was going to do it the first time, but I forgot. I was too busy golfing.
Democracy, to restore our republic, and to evict crooked Joe Biden from the White House so that America can be a free nation once again. He's the worst in history.
By the way, you do realize that a good portion of those folks flew to Washington, D.C. to participate in this, and had no trouble doing so. And some of them even drove. None of them were pulled over by, Gestapo-like squads of feds going, where are you going? We're going to the Libertarian convention, sir. It's our right, or whatever. You know why I pulled you over? Because I'm a Libertarian. That's right. Get out of the car. Fuck.
The Biden regime censors its critics.
Regime. That's adorable.
Spies on its opposition.
How many times are you going to put that shit in there? Because they thought, libertarians hate when they look at your data. Of course, they believe that large corporations should have the right to sell it to anybody they want to if you're stupid enough to sign up for the terms of service. But somehow the government can't buy it on the open market. Fuck off.
Takes away the bank accounts of U.S. citizens as an extra form of punishment, persecutes Christians and patriotic parents, and is currently trying to put the leading candidate for president in jail. That happens to be me. While imposing a strict gag order in order.
Yeah, this is not floating. The words are not floating across the crowd the way he had hoped. He's like trying to blaze through this. Maybe if I read this a little bit, a lot, and just stick to this, and they know that maybe they'll be too polite to interrupt me while I'm obviously having a difficult time reading.
Keep me from talking about their crimes and their unconstitutional acts.
Well, I mean, go ahead. Aren't you? Aren't you talking about their crimes and their unconstitutional acts?
They want to get rid of the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, due process, the right to a fair trial, and the right to counsel. All the.
Oh, don't forget. Apparently, they want to reinstate slavery, as you said. So, I mean, why not just go for the clean sweep? You know, you might get a 7-10 split where some of the, two of the amendments stick around.
While pushing wealth confiscation and waging endless and unnecessary wars all over the globe. Anyone can talk about defending freedom, but I've actually put everything on the line to resist these despots and these thugs.
I think he was trying to say thugs, and it just wouldn't come out because the boos were too painful. Let's watch that again, shall we? Let's, hold on. Let's go to the
action replays in magnified fortune. Anyone can talk about defending freedom, but I've actually put everything on the line to resist these despots and these stuff.
Yeah, look at his eyes. He knows those boos are not booing the despots and thugs. Also, thucks, I think, is basically what ended up coming out of his face. Thucks. This is scary, I'm filling my pants with soup again. I've got chunks in my pants. I can't walk around without sloshing around. Somebody get me out of this fucking town. Oh, I'm making soup in my pants again. Soup for my family. I'm shitting myself, and I'm afraid I cannot stop. Hey, and I gotta find a cork. All right, so sorry, that was wrong, and I apologize. It's not right. I get it. You know, I'm better than that, and that's not true. Obviously, every time he shits his pants, he yells,
"Soup for my family."
Oh, that was digitized.
Soup for my family.
There it is. It's like the robot version.
And I stand before you tonight as your best hope of defeating the weaponized Biden and the very evil regime that his people, because it's probably not him because he doesn't know where the hell he is.
Again, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, don't constantly bring your opponent down that far where it's too easy to kick their ass.
But that his people are pursuing. You can make the difference. The Libertarian Party can make a big difference.
It says right there, the thing, big difference. That's so true. You are the difference. Probably not in a good way.
The Libertarian Party can make...
Can scuttle the Trump presidency, the second term, simply by going for RFK or going fuck you. Which way do you think it's going to go?
A big difference. Together we can make America freer than ever before for citizens of all backgrounds.
Yeah, they don't want that, dummy.
And all walks of life.
All walks of life? All walks of life. Think about what that would encompass. All walks of life. I got to tell you, a lot of Republicans would leave you as a voter if you started supporting all walks of life.
We can unleash new hope, optimism, and energy. We can release limited government so that the people can have an unlimited future. United, we will be unstoppable. If we unite, we are unstoppable.
It says it right there. It's not true, because most of the time libertarians vote Republican. It's just that this time you're not going to, and I know it.
I will be a true friend to libertarians in the White House.
Yeah, there was no, you didn't say thugs or anything like that that gives them an excuse to boo. They're just straight up fucking booing you, dummy.
And I am proud to be the only president in 70 years who started no new wars.
You don't have to anymore, dumb fuck. Biden didn't start a new war. Biden has not started a new war. What new war has Joe Biden started? I mean, what are you counting on that you're just going to blame him for Russia's attack or October 7th? Do you think our support for them? What war did we declare? What has Biden done? Seriously. Biden has not started a new war. Other wars started, and we are helping our allies in those situations. And in the case of Israel and Gaza, we're helping the citizens of the country, of the group that attacked.
I took on the military-industrial complex.
By building up our military as big as it could possibly be with shiny new stuff, I rebuilt our nukes. The stocks were empty, the shelves were bare, the cupboards or whatever were bare, and I attacked the military-industrial complex by giving them the kind of funding they get when there is a war.
I broke the stranglehold on neocons and warmongers on the...
Warmongerers. It's warmongers, as in fishmonger, as in salesperson. Selling warmonger, not mongerers. That's it, Dr. Hoffar.
Republican Party. And instead of war, I made peace in the Middle East, something nobody thought was possible, and dealt with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, where a nuclear war was guaranteed to start.
Was it?
In a very short period of time, if Hillary Clinton became president, you know, that would have been a nuclear war, 100%.
100%. I'm just going to be the you can prove a negative president.
And you would have never had the October 7th attack in Israel. Would have never happened. And the attack in
Somebody just yelled bullshit.
Ukraine by Russia would never, ever have happened. Wouldn't have happened. Hundreds of thousands and even
Somebody said that's not true.
millions of people would be living today.
Oh,
I
thank
unbound
you,
the
Bonnie.
United States from globalist agreements that surrendered our sovereignty. I withdrew from the Paris Accord. I withdrew from the anti-gun UN arms treaty. And I withdrew from the corrupt and very expensive World Health Organization. Not a good thing.
You're right. It was not a good thing to withdraw from any of those things. Not a good thing. I don't like the World Health Organization. No. A voluntary organization that we joined in. No.
I passed the most significant.
There's a bunch of middle fingers, not just to him, by the way, at the maggots on, you'll notice that some of the middle fingers are like this towards him, but there's a bunch of them that are like this that pop up into the screen. That's people within in the crowd giving each other the finger. He's uniting people again in that special way that he's able to do. The kind of unity you would see on an Apprentice episode where everybody was trying to compete to be the person not kicked off.
And this is so important, but
It is. It's so important, but I gotta say that as I turn to the other teleprompter, because if I don't keep moving, they'll think I'm dead.
Passed the most significant criminal justice reform in history. And
which is great for you libertarians because you're a bunch of criminal motherfuckers.
Perhaps my proudest accomplishment is to have exposed the depth of corruption in the Washington swamp. Thanks to me, the entire world knows that the deep state is real, and the lamestream media,
I am using the word lamestream. You guys are supposed to clap when I say lamestream. I said lamestream. Usually that goes over gang, but people love it. People love when I say lamestream. Why are you not? Why it is wrong? This is so good. Yeah, everybody's stoned. Thank you, Edward. Absolutely, my pleasure. This dickhead is never going to be in the White House again, even for a fucking visit. He might be in the Capitol one more time when he passes, if he's lucky. Thank you, Melissa.
Media is fake. It's fake.
Yeah, fake and also lame. Lame and fake. Clap it, lame and fake. What was that? I hate this. Wanna go. Please let me leave.
A great libertarian.
Oh boy, here comes more ass kissing.
Who made...
Please say his name perfectly. Please, Lord. Lord, look down upon us. Give us the gift of a name with several syllables, maybe more than one set of consonants close together. Lord, perhaps, I know that he's choosing from having his people choose from these names to make them at least white-ish names. But Lord, please shine down upon us and help us as he tries to wind up towards being able to say this out loud. Here we go.
May very well be in the room right now, I believe. But he's a great libertarian. DeRoy Murdoch.
Say that again.
Who may very well be in the room right now, I believe. But he's a great libertarian. DeRoy Murdoch, who I've become friends with through his writings in the American Spectator and numerous other places.
Oh, you became friends with him through his writings? Did you? That's how I think his name is DeRoy. Hold on one second. Hold on. I'll hold on. DeRoy. Yeah. DeRoy Murdoch is a writer for, he's black. He's he writes for the American Spectator. Yeah, I've seen, He was just on Fox News. Let's see, when it was, I don't know. They haven't had him on in a while, at least not according to these clips. Here's a couple of slices from DeRoy Murdoch. Democrats will grow to hate their party. Why DeRoy Murdoch says GOP is doing right by black Americans. George Floyd's story playing second fiddle to something else. The Clinton crime family was something he wrote. That Trump did what we prayed for over decades. DeRoy Murphy, and that's why. Yeah, he was on Fox Business last year, and he's not friends with Trump. Trump is not friends with him. He kisses Trump's ass.
Wrote an article yesterday in which he mentions just some of the things that make me a libertarian without even trying to be one. That's nice.
That's nice. I love getting credit for shit when I don't have to do anything. Listen to the booing. fucking, what kind of an asshole?
In which he mentions just some of the things that make me a libertarian without even trying to be one. That's nice.
That's nice. That's nice. I can fake caring about your shit and you just buy it. That's nice. That's nice. Oh boy. Hold on. That boy. Oh man. That's nice. That's nice. That D-Roy said nice things about you, but I don't know what I'm gonna say. D-Roy said it the right way. It's D-Roy likes you anyway. Just boo him because he does it right. Apple powder.
D-Roy wrote, Donald J. Trump will address the Libertarian Party.
Which all came true. That he's like a psychic. That's amazing. Did he have a dream and an angel told him that he'd do this? Or did he just see the schedule?
And his national convention on Saturday.
Huh. And it came to pass. He liked Jesus in a lot of ways. In that there are a lot of made-up stories about him.
The Libertarian Party should nominate Trump for President of the United States. Whoa. That's nice.
That night, whoa, that's nice. All the booing, that's what I like. Some people like applause, not me. It's the equivalent of paying one of those ladies that smacks you wink wink.
That's nice.
That's nice. That's nice. I gotta tell you, the way this guy talks, he makes me sound like a grown man.
Only if you want to win. Only if you want to win. Maybe
only if you want to win.
You don't want to win.
Maybe you don't want to win, you big dummies and stinkles. Maybe why don't you boo me like somebody want to be a loser. I'm basically going to infer that you're a loser right now, and you better get ready. Here comes. All right, here we go.
Maybe you don't want to win.
Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you want to stay losers like you're the losing losers. In which case, you should nominate Trump because nobody loses like me. Nobody loses worser. Maybe I should give it a rest.
Thank you, D-Roy.
Thank you, D-Roy.
Thank you. No, only do that if you want to win. If you want to lose, don't do that.
You bunch of losers.
Keep getting your 3% every 4 years.
Oh, yeah, he's not liking it. So he's just like, this is it. Like, all of a sudden, they've turned into Hillary to him. Look at that shit. You just want your 3%, you fucking losers.
The reasons for doing so.
Man, if you didn't have them in the first place, this is not the way to get them.
Policy and politics are as solid as the Hope Diamond.
The Hope Diamond. I wish I had the Hope Diamond right now. I'd sell it right now and pay my legal bills. I'm dreaming of a place I could go with soup and buy underwear.
D-Roy says this.
D-Roy said this, not me. If you're booing D-Roy right now. When you boo what I'm saying, whenever I'm quoting someone or reading someone else's words and you boo, you're really booing them.
This event is very unprecedented, he said.
Right.
As the Cato Institute president, Peter Gotler, observed in Thursday's
Sorry, who?
Washington Post. It will be the first time a U.S.
Hold on.
Think of this.
Let me tell you who I'm going to vote for. Listen here. I'm going to vote for the guy that will do the best for Wyoming. I'm Harry Hagman, and you got my vote. Forget about it. Sorry. Shit. All right, wait. one second.
As the Cato Institute president, Peter Gotler, observed in Thursday.
Okay, real quick. If I may, I'm going to have to, like, I got to break away a page of this shit and put it over here. Peter, what, who? Wait.
This event is very unprecedented, he said. As the Cato Institute president, Peter Gotler, observed in Thursday's Washington Post, it will be the first time in U.S., think of this, first time in U.S. history that a presidential candidate of a rival party will address the convention of a party that is presumably gathering to nominate its own candidate. Now I think you should nominate me or at least vote for me, and we should win together.
Peter Gotler? Hold on. Is this who he's talking about? Peter Gotler? From the Cato Institute? Let's revisit, shall we? Wait, real quick. Hold on. There you go.
You should nominate me or at least vote to address the convention of a party that is presumably gathering to nominate. First time in U.S. history, President Peter Gotler observed in
Peter Goatturd, yes. Peter Gotler. Is that how he pronounces it? He might because of Goebbels, right? Peter Golka.
Thursday's Washington Post. It will be the first time a U.S. Think of this. First time in U.S.
Think of it. Think of this. I'm going to try my shit Jedi mind trick on you. Think of this.
History that a presidential candidate.
You know what's missing? You know what's really missing? Let's see. Yeah. Where is it? There you go. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. One second. Why is this always hard to find? I gotta find this locked in. No, get back here. Silly. I'll find it. Hold on. This is what he needs to play, I think. We'll play here. Is that what? Hold on. Oh. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. God damn it. Oi. All right. Where are you, you silly thing? Okay, I'm gonna go to YouTube and I'll find it there. I think. We think. Yeah, there it is. Damn it. Why Justin Timberlake? Why are you so popular? Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. I'll find it. God damn it. Okay, here we go. Continuing.
Of a rival party will address the convention of a party that is presumably gathering to
Presumably? Also, party.
Nominate its own candidate. Now I think you should nominate me or at least vote for me, and we should win together.
Win together. The dry mouth is real.
You heard those words. Nominate me or vote. Vote for me. Because the Libertarian...
Nominate me your vote. You heard those words. What do we hear? Just... Anybody else getting mouth really, really fucking dry right now? I like those for lightning reflexes. All right.
You heard those words. Nominate me or vote. Vote for me.
You heard those words. That's basically what I said. Nominate me your vote. Vote for me. Nominate me your vote. Vote for me. Hold on. Now that's what I need. Okay. There it is. Boink. Oops. Hold on. Copy. And doing this. And then we go to here. Go back to this. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Now we gotta hit the like. There you go. There you go. This will make it better.
Because the Libertarians want to vote for me, and most of them will. And it's very important. Because we have to get rid of the worst president in history. And together we will. And without it, there's a risk that we could have 4 more years. We won't have a country left.
After the 4 years or during?
So what is the purpose of the Libertarian Party getting 3%? What is the reason to take a chance of having this horrible president destroy?
Why are you even in this stupid fucking room? Just having your little loser fest. You lose every time, you losery losers. And most of you vote for me anyway, so just admit it. Don't try to lie to don't try to use your libertarian credits to try and get laid at Republican parties, okay? Find the Libertines or something and sleep it. Fuck you. Vote for me. I need your vote. I have no women, and this is I gotta say, a sausage fest. This whole place, seriously, just swinging dicks. I'm afraid to even do my little dance because I might actually catch a cock just randomly in here. For the record.
Our country, which he will do in far less than 4 years. It's not going to take 4 years. That is why I'm committing to you tonight that I will put a libertarian.
He's committing Jew tonight?
In my cabinet, and also libertarians in senior posts.
Yes, libertarians who run as Republicans get elected as Republicans and are Republicans, but sure. Like who? Mike Lee, the Republican? Rick Grinnell, the Republican?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. You're not going to get better than that, you fucking losers. Pretty good. He doesn't like his end of the deal. Wait, I got to hang out with these motherfuckers yelling at me all the time?
That's pretty big.
That's good. You mean I'm going to have one of you fuckwads yelling at me while I try to do my deportation squad?
Or you can keep going the way you have for the last long decades and get you 3% and...
Yeah, get you 3% and lose and be a loser just like me, and then we can lose together by losing apart. A house divided is probably best when you have irreconcilable differences and she doesn't want to fuck you anymore because you're a disgusting slob and...
Meet again, get another 3%. No, you want to make yourself winners. It's time to be winners. You have a lot of common sense. It's time to be winners.
Time to be winners instead of the losers that you are. I don't know why they're booing. Really, you know what I mean? We will make libertarians not losers before or after or during. Unless you want to lose, you lose against losers. Keep losing, assholes. You just lost 3% of the, well, 2% of your count on vote. I'm just saying, the other 1% of the libertarians are going to go, fuck this dude. Just saying. Jesus. Oh, play this.
So I'm asking for the liberation. Well, think of...
I'm asking for the Liberace vote. I wish my brother George was here. You know, if I was alive right now, I probably wouldn't vote for Trump. I wouldn't vote for any Republican because I'd have the right to get married and I wouldn't have to be in this terminal silver closet the rest of my goddamn life. Or my brother George, who's not really my brother, if you know. He just lived in the house. You guys didn't get the reference that Bugs Bunny was making till now, did you? Would you believe all these blue hairs out here think I'm straight and Elvis might be a little woo? Did you know that? Glunt, glunt. He's gonna get the Liberace vote. Oh, this is so sweet. Hold on. Wait, wrong. There.
No, you want to make yourself winners. It's time to be winners. You have a lot of common sense.
So follow the guy who lost last time.
Time to be winners. So I'm asking for the liberation. Well, think of it.
I'm asking for your just ask for help. It's okay. It's a normal thing. Adults do it all the time. It's something you can do as a... I can do it. I can do it. I can ask for...
I'm asking for the Libertarian Party's endorsement, or at least lots of your votes. Lots and lots of Libertarian...
Lots and lots and lots. Not just a couple of you, because I'm fucked. I'm losing a lot of women.
Votes based on my 4-year, very outstanding presidential record.
Look at that little, like he knows he's lying in front of people who are onto him.
Much of my record is libertarian.
You know how they want a do-nothing government? I was golfing the whole time. Fuck you. Do you think this is where he pictured himself 2 years ago? You think he... in his heart of hearts, imagined... Fuck, do you think he imagined in 2017 that this is where he would be in 2024? Standing in front of this crowd, getting booed, begging for their votes like an asshole. You think this is the future he saw for himself?
As an example, D-Roy...
D-Roy. Uh-oh. Is he turning into a pumpkin? Because I think we're seeing, yeah. All right, the name is D-Roy. We've already established that. And D-Roy is a good friend of his, who he became friends with over D-Roy's writings at the American Spectator. I did not know that until a few minutes ago, and now I know it. And he supposedly has been friends with this fellow for years because of his writings, where this guy basically sucks Trump's butthole dry every chance he gets. Now, and so he is going to return the favor by properly pronouncing D-Roy's name.
Much of my record is libertarian. As an example, D-Roy. Thank you. Hey, where is D-Roy? Is he here?
D-Roy! Please be here.
D-Roy!
D-Roy! I can say it. I fucked it up the first time. D-Roy! I said D-Roy! I said D-Roy!
Where are you? He's great.
Help! D-Roy! Help! This was your idea, you fuck! Where are you? D-Roy, you bastard! Where is he? So I can point at him, and then you have to like me because he's in the crowd with you.
I like D-Roy. I've liked him for a long time, and he...
All right, well, you know.
Where's Dick? Hi, Dick. Do we like Dick? Yes. What?
He is a libertarian. Thank you, D-Roy. Thank you.
Thank you, D-Roy. He's over there, but that's okay.
D-Roy wrote, the $1.5 trillion Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was America's largest infusion of tax release. That's it, largest
Relief, you mean?
tax relief ever.
A tax release? He's like, you can tell in the back of his mind, he's like, release me from this place. God, I know I have wronged, but I will never ask for, fuck it.
It sliced individual tax rates for all taxpayers and slashed corporate tax rates from a punishing 35% to a globally competitive, and much more than that, only 21%, way down. It was the largest tax cut in the history of our country. Now, you can like it or you don't have to like it.
You don't have to like it if you're a dumb, losery bunch of losers, but I don't think you like it. Why aren't you applauding like monkeys? Why? Why are you not automatically liking everything I say and slapping your hands together like circus seals every time I say the buzzwords? You're supposed to clap during the buzzwords. That's your job. My job is to bullshit you. And you are supposed to like it.
Immediate expensing of business equipment and other reductions fueled the best economy that our country has ever had. For 4 years, we had...
I'm just saying, if I were you, I wouldn't count COVID. I wouldn't count 2020 at all. I would actually center in on 2019 was amazing, and I can bring us back to that. But 4 years, no. Please, just don't even try. It's weird.
The best economy our country has ever had.
Yeah, right in the middle of COVID, we were selling all that shit. China was buying so much pork because they culled 700 million pigs and they didn't have any left, and they were buying them from everywhere. And Trump sold them the largest order of beef, pork, corn, and soybeans in the U.S. history, while Americans were in food lines.
Black and Hispanic unemployment reached the best levels in history.
Oh, Chandru, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Female joblessness slid to levels unseen before.
Slid? Well, I mean, is being paid off to keep quiet a job? I mean, it's a nice living.
Black poverty collapsed to record lows. And all of the things...
To match everyone because the entire country was shut down?
Income inequality shrank, and it shrank at levels we've never witnessed.
You never seen shrinking before.
Between 2016 and
when no one was making any money at all.
2019, real median household.
That's, you don't know angel paste, guys? You don't know what angel paste is for? Experience the miracle at angel paste. Well, we've gotta. Hold on, side trip. What more could we ask for? Angel. This is what maggots eat. This is the paste. This is just like the paste you ate in school, but it's been blessed by the Lord. Are you a paste eater and you're worried you're doing the wrong thing for your butthole? Well, don't you worry about it. The Lord is here to guide the way. This is angel paste. And It's reminiscent of your favorite days in elementary school and preschool and kindergarten, where were you the paste eater? Well, nothing to be ashamed of. This is the finest. It smells like a Yankee candle and goes right through you. No more gummed up buttholes from Angel Paste. This is very, very fancy. The story. Shall we? All the glory goes to God Almighty for the invention of Angel Paste. Plant and nut oils and zero chemicals. Sounds like hippie bullshit. It started... Hold on. Let's see. 1 second. Let's see. Oops. I can type. Hold on. Let's see. What'll work? No, too fun, too fun. Yeah, I think it's good, like... Hello. What? Oh no, this is it's a little too Karen LaKaren. Hi everybody, welcome. I am Karen LaKaren. Thank you very much, and welcome to my little house party where we are selling Angel Paste. Now, I know some of you have come to my house a couple of times to buy some stuff, and it has not worked out. Okay, so I want you to know that I have fixed most of those things. Those of you that got refunds, shut the fuck up, and those of you that haven't, you'll get your class action lawsuit payment someday. But, you know, I just want you to know that you are not good for America, okay? And you are fighting Mr. Donald Trump, okay? So enjoy. If you still have any of that Trump money, no, you cannot spend it anywhere, but it blesses your wallet with every day. Now, it started when I overheard a conversation at the dermatologist's office where I worked, and I would often listen in on what other people were talking. Whatever you put on your skin goes into your bloodstream. Unless you need to, you shouldn't put chemicals on your skin. Sometimes you need to. I will say there are certain things that are wrong with my skin that are only fixed with harsh, abrasive, industrial chemicals. Things that contain mercury and lye and sand, and you just don't worry about it, okay? All you need to know is what was there is no longer there. Okay? So watch it. Watch yourself, okay? So this made me wonder why all the lotions we use every day are full of water, alcohol, and other chemicals. Because the Lord does not want alcohol in the world. That's why it naturally occurs whenever sugar and water meet together and there's any bacteria around at all. And the Lord does not like bacteria. That's why he put it everywhere. Anyways, there are so many practical reasons why, but none of them have to do with the health of your body, your skin, or everything to do with profit and everything to do with profitability. And the Lord hates money. I am a communist. What the fuck is happening here? Money is what? I would love to be able to say that Angel Paste lasts for years on the shelves, but I don't want chemical preservatives on my skin or in my bloodstream or my butthole, so listen up. I would love to be able to add a free material like water into my lotion. My profits would be huge, but it would mean that the lotions wouldn't work and they would hydrate too much, and I need you dried out like an old raisin. Not only that, but water is actually drying, which is what, and by the way, I know what you're thinking. Shouldn't this be a pithy little short story about this instead of just sort of a big rambly diatribe where I go on and on and on and on and on? Sure, but fuck it. Let's just look at the bottle. Oh, and it goes on and on. And now, let me tell you, the information, I have to legally say this, the information presented on our website, in our product brochure, and our communication to educate purpose only, these statements have not been valued by Food and Drug Administration. Our products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. Please contact a doctor, healthcare professional if you have any serious medical conditions or concerns or you come in contact with this product. So, just check yourself before I wreck yourself is what I would say to everybody. That's just get used to the idea. Maybe this is better. Ooh, this is a nice do, but it fucks with my background, so I can't do that. All right. That's, ladies and gentlemen, Angel Paste. Angel Paste, ladies and gentlemen.
Income grew. These were the Trump years. 16.4%, the highest ever, to almost $10,000 per family. Think of that.
Yeah, averaged out.
Number two, Trump cut red tape as never before. He promised to kill 2 old regulations for every new one. And in fact, he ended up actually scrapping 8 for 1. And he was going to 12 to 1.
And then that train crashed in East Palestine, and people were like, maybe dial it back a little.
And doing numbers that were unbelievable. Thank you, DeRoy. DeRoy is, and I'm actually just quoting from...
Yeah, so if you boo, you're booing him.
The article that came out today.
Fuck you.
From DeRoy Murdoch. He said, number 3, Trump fully restrained...
Oh, he's just like, I'm quoting him, and this is a lot. And I can't scroll through it because they don't give me a little scroll so I can skip, because if I lean on it, I will just go to the end of the speech and leave.
Inflation, we had practically none.
Because of COVID.
Prices were rising just 1.4% as he left office. And this was a...
Boo, as he left. What was happening when you left office? I don't remember.
Fraction of the 9% inflation that lying Joe Biden repeatedly claims Trump handed him. No, he said we handed him. No, it went up to 9% after he took over the White House and...
Yeah, when the economy started again, dum-dum.
Created all the inflationary acts. He did a horrible job.
Oh, horrible.
The 30-year mortgage rate, as Trump departed, was 2.77% versus the almost 9% today. And you, by the way, even if you pay 9%, you can't get any money. There's no...
Well, then I guess nobody's paying it, so what's the problem?
No money available.
Yeah, there's no money available. Wait, I thought money printer go burr. I thought there was too much money, and that's why we have inflation. Isn't it because we have too much money in circulation, Mr. Money Printer go burr, Mr. Like they dump so much money onto the economy that there's so much money slushing around out there?
Trump's drill baby drill approach fostered
Sarah Palin's drill baby drill approach.
Energy independence, which we've never had before.
Which we currently have now.
Low fuel and electricity prices help moderate inflation and propel economic growth. But all of these things have now skyrocketed. They have
skyrocket. They have skyrocket.
The numbers should skyrocket downward.
They have skyrocket, Ted. They have skyrocketed.
Low fuel and electricity prices help moderate inflation and propel economic growth. But all of these things have now skyrocketed. They have skyrocketed to levels never seen.
We've seen them before. I mean, our house in Peaks Mill, I think we had a 19% mortgage.
Inflation has hit us harder than it's probably ever hit us before. And people are suffering because of it. Trump promoted
There's like a yelling fight happening in the audience.
parental rights and school choice. Trump's education department repealed the so-called guidance letter that turned on-campus sexual harassment accusations into de facto criminal convictions. You know all about that.
Do you? What do you mean they know all about that? Do you think you got an audience full of rapists there?
Who else would do that for you?
Yeah, nobody, you bunch of rapists. Who else would do that for you but a fellow rapist? I know what it's like to be accused reasonably of sexual assault multiple times. It's yet another thing we share.
Trump restored due process to the he said, she said minefield for your children. I know many, many people, what they've gone through with that is they've gone through hell in a powerful blow.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I do understand that. He does run in circles that are full of people who are constantly being accused of things they've done. Specifically, you know what? You should, don't tell us. Bring out is it Jason Miller? Bring him out. Have him tell the story about how he dosed the stripper he got pregnant with the abortion pill in her smoothie to try and get her to spontaneously abort the baby. The libertarians will love that shit. They probably think that should be legal.
Trump required universal.
By the way, Jason Miller still works with him. He's with him every day in court. He's a close personal friend, and he did that.
Universities to respect the First Amendment lest they lose their federal funds. I said, you don't respect the First Amendment, we're taking away all of your federal funding. Trump
The libertarians don't want him to have any federal funding at all. They don't want it predicated on anything.
Vetoed Obamacare's individual mandate and got rid of many of its taxes. Medical price transparency empowered consumers to shop for health care services and compare costs. And this is one of the biggest things that's happened. And it's reducing the price of drugs and everything related to drugs and medical care.
No, it isn't.
Levels not seen before. This will soon be happening.
Yeah, it's soon going to be happening. It was a thing I set up that would happen well into the next president's term after that president did some shit that would bring down prices.
Competition is now slowing what were ballooning healthcare expenses. Trump signed right to try. Terminally ill patients now can receive experimental.
And terminally ill patients can now let themselves be used as guinea pigs on shit that might cook their innards while they're using it. Because, I mean, what are the chances they're not going to make it anyways?
Mental and possibly life-saving treatments.
Or possibly life-ending treatments. Or possibly life-debilitating treatments that they take right before they a life-saving treatment actually has been, presented.
And when at death's door, what do these suffering Americans have to lose? What do they have to lose, you ask? They are so thousands and thousands of people are now living because of right to try.
And
Trump.
What about when it didn't work or it hastened death? Anything? Nope. Okay.
Nominated some 300 constitutionalist federal judges, a record, including a seldom seen 3 Supreme Court justices.
Yeah, but that's because of Mitch McConnell. Yeah, that's Mitch McConnell's win, not yours.
In one presidential term. Very rarely seen before, if ever.
Well, yeah, why aren't you thanking Mitch McConnell?
Trump canceled and defunded federal diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and other state-funded racism schemes.
Racism schemes? No, he did not.
The VA Mission Act, which Trump signed.
Notice how the VA, he's not calling it the VA Choice Act because he knows libertarians will Google it.
Military veterans receive federally funded medical care in the private sector if delays prevent their treatment in VA hospitals. In other words, if they're delayed, they can go out and get a private doctor. We pay the bill. They go out, they get a private doctor.
It's been a long time. We haven't done this in a while. The Mission Act was a minor shortening of 2 policies within this. The bill itself was signed by Barack Obama in 2014. That's why, like, he used to say the VA Choice Act. That's this one. He now says the Mission Act and then claims the Mission Act contained everything in the previous act because it was a minor change. They moved it from if the drive was 45 minutes away to a half hour away, and a couple of he wanted to make tweaks so he could claim it was his. That's it. It went through committee. It was bipartisan. They initially did this, and then they were like, okay, we can make this even better. The 45-minute thing is meaningless. We can make it a half hour. Most of the people in these areas, are encompassed in these areas, so it's not gonna affect the cost of the bill overall. Yeah, Barack Obama signed this in 2014 when he was president. Also, there are maggots in here who are in our chat. And by the way, I want to thank you guys again. Thank you, maggots, for being here, because without you, I would only stay in kind of the cul-de-sac of the internet that is created by the algorithm. You're the ones who break me out. Yeah. So I get to show up in your also watched feed when you're in here, especially if you write stuff. So feel free. This is let's see if I'll see if I can find. Yeah, here you see. According to the Congressional Budget Office, the bill would result in a net spending of roughly $10 billion from 2014 to 2024, making it less expensive than previous VA reform packages passed by the House and the Senate. And it was signed into office. And again, this is like, requires VA to provide Veterans Choice Card to eligible veterans to facilitate care provided by non-VA providers. That's what Trump is talking about right now. Provides $10 billion for the newly established Veterans Choice Fund to cover the cost of the increased access to non-VA care. Choice Program Authority would end when the funds are exhausted or 3 years after enactment, whichever occurs first. By the way, they'll re-up it during Biden's second term. Requires an independent assessment of VA medical care and establish a congressional commission on care to evaluate access to care throughout the VA healthcare system. This is the thing that gives them the ability to fire people if they treat the veterans like shit that had been around. This on Memorial Day, this is stolen valor. This is Trump stealing the valor of other members of the House, the Senate, and in this case, Barack Obama, who gave a shit about this enough to do something about it, got it passed, and was signed into law. Just saying. Trump is lying. You'll notice that he won't talk about the mild modifications in the Mission Act, which again were necessary but normal. They were presented to him. He didn't call for it. It wasn't his policy. He didn't do anything. The House and the Senate in committee did a standard review of this, like in I guess it was in 2018 when they did this, so 4 years later. He's lying. And MAGA people, he is lying to and about veterans. Fuck you. And he doesn't care. Look at him. Look at him taking credit for something he did not fucking do.
They get better. People were waiting towards, if they're delayed, they can go to funded medical care in the private sector. If delays prevent their treatment in VA hospitals, in other words, if they're delayed, they can go out and get a private doctor. We pay the bill.
Yeah, that's already in the law. 2014.
They go out, they get a private doctor.
By the way, rather large crowd here today. I think it's because it's a holiday. Welcome. Thank you guys so much. Hit that like. And by the way, if you don't like what I'm saying, and please hit the down thumb on YouTube. I know it doesn't show, but the algorithm really doesn't give a shit whether you like me or not. It just cares about interaction. If you stay here and I moved you, believe me, the advertisers recognize it. They don't care. They'll sell to angry people more than they'll sell to happy people. And the same thing is true on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, bless your heart, use the angry animated emoji at some point during the program, because it will boost me in the algorithm. For some reason, the algorithm likes angry people more than it likes contented, applauding people. Thank you for the thumbs down. Thank you.
They get better. People were waiting online for 2 months, 3 months, 5.
No, they were not. Not after 2015, which is when it was implemented.
5 months, 6 months.
Bullshit.
And not anymore. Trump signed a measure that streamlined dismissals of federal bureaucrats who
Streamlined.
abuse America's beloved veterans.
Yeah, so he streamlined it. The ability to do it at all was signed into law by Obama when he was in office. Just saying.
He got NATO countries to pay hundreds of billions of dollars more for their protection. The only president who did so and substantially reducing what we were forced to pay. We
weren't forced to pay. We were always paying our part of it. We just have an enormous military. We contribute more because 2% of our military spending is bigger than any of those countries. Many of them put together.
Them to pay other nations to pay hundreds of billions of dollars that they weren't paying. No other president was able to do that, reducing very substantially what we paid.
No, it wasn't. Our commitment to how much we pay for NATO is the same.
During the Trump administration, we had
The people, by the way, they're yelling at each other in the crowd again.
peace through strength. No war.
Yes, the Venmo helps. There's the Venmo over there if you want to send me a cup of coffee. That's a good way to do it. If you use Venmo, that's a good way to do it. Otherwise, super chats are really helpful, and bits on Twitch. Subscribe on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, it doesn't cost you a dime, and you have to redo it every month. Sorry, it's just how they run it so that teenagers don't run up their parents' credit card. So, which I think is smart. I do.
Wars other than the complete and total destruction of ISIS.
Really? Because ISIS not only attacked our troops in Afghanistan, that's who blew up that's who the suicide bombers were, but they're the ones who just attacked the Soleimani funeral procession. What he means is the caliphate, and that was just because he separated the border areas. And the reason it was faster than everybody else had been doing is because he killed a lot more civilians in the process, and not ISIS civilians, Syrians. Kurds, Iraqis.
And DeRoy ended by saying that most libertarians would say this is a non-exhaustive roster of accomplishments like no other. That
Non-exhaustive roster? Easy there, buddy.
it truly shines. So again, DeRoy, thank you very much. DeRoy Murdoch, I appreciate it. We could not have written that better.
I agree. I'm not even sure you could have written it at all.
And as you say, there were many other things we did that were quite libertarian also.
As you said, we couldn't have written it better, but we would have added a bunch of other shit you left out, asshole.
So I want to thank you very much. That was a great article. Thank you. DeRoy Murdoch, thank you.
Ancient Pollyanna, thank you.
When I return to the White House...
By the way, at the Arizona Sexy Liberal, there will be a Nerd Halen show there. I believe it's the night before. It might be the night after. I don't know off the top of my head. But just saying. There will be a Nerd Halen show to go to as well right there. So if you stay overnight and come in to see the show, maybe add an extra night. There you go. We're going to do that. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to be traveling my ass off this summer. Whew. But I'm going to do my best to make sure the shows stay as consistent as possible. But it's going to be a lot some days. I'm just warning you ahead of time. There might be single days where I'm traveling or flying with my mom and my kid, because she watches him when I'm doing when I'm working, and it's lovely, and they get to spend time together. Also, I'll do my show from Kentucky a couple of times this summer. It's going to be a nutty time.
We will break the deep state grip on our democracy once and for all. I did far more than any other president in that regard. As an example,
by the way, deep state is just a dipshit rebranding of bureaucrat. Calm the fuck down.
I inherited James Comey, a terrible, terrible person from the Obama administration, and very early on I fired him.
Oh, see, wait.
And
see the chicken? Somebody got in with their fucking chicken right there. That is an RFK chicken. It says debate RFK or something on the, yeah.
Others at the FBI.
Did you see that? The Secret Service were confiscating him. That dude, I don't know how he smuggled it in. It must have taken him the entire speech just to get it out of his ass.
In addition to thousands.
Almost got the chicken out. Just keep him busy.
Thousands and thousands.
Ow!
Of corrupt and unnecessary people throughout our government. And now we are going to finish the job. We will root out the sickness that has taken over our Justice Department.
I was slacking. Sorry, go ahead.
Our FBI and other agencies. Our goal will be nothing less than the rebirth of fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law.
And by fair, I mean back to the system where poor people and middle-class people have to go to court, but rich people can tell them to go fuck themselves and bury them in paperwork and get away with everything.
Since the day he took office, Joe Biden has worked to persecute political dissidents, including...
Translation: boo, fuckity-hoo. I am, a crying on the inside clown.
Conservatives, Catholics, and other Christians and opponents of his work.
Because, some people say Catholics aren't Christians. I don't know, I haven't read the book, but somebody told me how it ends, and it sounds great. Sounds like a blockbuster.
Weaponized state. Right now, the Biden DOJ is trying to put Christians in prison.
And I don't mean me, because I am absolutely not one. I don't want people to think that, because nothing makes pussy grabbing more difficult than all the Christian talk right before it happens. Really just makes a mess of the whole thing, I gotta say.
For 11 years for the crime of singing hymns.
That's all they did. They sang hymns while blocking the doors of a medical facility. But they were singing that badly. I really think they would have gotten off with just a warning. But talk about shit. Talk about shitty singing. Really just... I heard him sing and I was like, makes sense.
The moment I win the election, I will appoint a special task force to rapidly review the cases of every political prisoner who has been unjustly persecuted by the Biden administration so that I can sign their pardons or commutations on day one.
Including that guy you guys like, because I see the posters. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't give a shit that he's fucking... If he ate babies, who gives a shit? I'm just saying. I'll commute him. I don't care really. If it gets your vote, I'm so screwed with the ladies this time. I really have no choice, honestly. I would release just armies of MS-13. If that's what you guys want, just write it down. Just don't let anybody else read. Just put it in my pocket as I'm leaving the room. By the way, this is him, getting to the point where he's going to promise to pardon this motherfucker who, created the mechanism on which modern chattel and sexual slavery operates. But,
And I will ensure that libertarians are helping to lead that task force. You'll be on that task force.
Not you, obviously. No, you guys. Is anybody here not holding a bong? You. That's a dildo. Okay.
Many of you. As everyone knows, it will be my great honor to pardon the peaceful January 6th protesters.
Okay, so none of the ones that are in jail right now.
Or, as I often call them, the hostages. They're hostages.
The hostages. The ones Hamas has, fuck them. I don't care. But my people, let my people riot.
There has never been a group of people treated so harshly or...
calm the fuck down.
...or unfairly in our...
Really? Kent State? Ring a bell? Anything?
...country's history.
They're sausages. That's what I call them. I say they're sausages all the time. They're sausages. They're being treated like dog treats.
This abuse will be rectified, and it will be rectified very quickly.
And I think rectified has something to do with the butthole or the colon. I don't know.
And if you vote for me on day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served.
To a sentence of time served. Still guilty. It's just a kiss-up moment. They like that part. Good job, Steve. He put that in the thing. I didn't even know what the fuck that was. I was like, free Ross. I thought it was like Tuesday because people my age can get a discount at Ross. And then I was like, that's a crazy discount. That's true, by the way. There is a discount at Ross. You know how I know? Because my mom likes to go on Tuesdays, and my son always jokes about it.
He's already served 11 years. We're going to get him home. We're going to get him home.
Which $1 million home would he be getting to? Whatever. And also, I'm surprised you're not saying you'll put him in your fucking cabinet.
I'm proud that
he will be our consumer digital currency czar.
I have put forward a detailed plan to smash the censorship and industrial complex and
the censorship and industrial complex? You mean the censorship industrial complex, that bullshit idea that Matt Taibbi and those assholes came up with?
Restore free speech. On day one, I was...
Sorry, what kind of speech?
I'm proud that I have put forward a detailed plan to smash the censorship and industrial complex and restore free speech. On day one, I will sign an executive order banning federal agencies from colluding to censor the lawful speech of American citizens.
Yeah, they don't do that anyways.
And
by the way, the law that they want to put in place is the one that the Freedom Caucus came up with, which would stop the FBI from telling like social media that there's human trafficking going on their sites, or that a missing child is being exploited, all that shit.
We will remove the...
He will end that.
The rogue bureaucrats who conspire to take away your First Amendment freedoms. We will do that quickly.
That happened during your presidency.
I will once again slash a record number of liberty-destroying regulations. I will stop Joe Biden's plan for the largest tax. He is going to give you the largest tax increase in the...
Yeah, any day. Yeah, just he's been planning it the whole time. He just figured he'd wait for that safe, obviously guaranteed second term.
History of our country. And I will end that. And I will make the Trump tax cuts the biggest in the history of our country. We will make them permanent tax cuts. We will also stop the massive Biden inflation tax, a stealth tax by which crooked Joe Biden is printing trillions and trillions of dollars.
Oh, there you go. He went back to the money printer go burr thing. There's no money to be loaned out, but they're making there's too much money in circulation.
And plundering it for the cronies and political friends that he's got all over Washington.
What? Dude, you wish.
And we will cancel...
Yeah, I mean, you sound jealous.
the Green New Deal, which is the Green New Scam. It's a big scam.
I call it that. I call it scam instead of like what I say, the unselect committee, because, yeah.
We will terminate Crooked Joe's insane electric vehicle mandate.
That's just the maggots. That's that group. If you want to know you want to hear them all yell at once and by themselves in that room, that was them.
And we're going to bring your energy costs down by 60 and 70.
The rest of these libertarians are big Elon Musk fanboys. They all drove Teslas there.
70% because...
The mandate would be one of those situations where it would guarantee chargers everywhere, and they're actually for it. That's one of their, like, they're like under the radar, not quite libertarian things. Like, we kind of need the government to put a lot of chargers there, but obviously that's not going to happen on the private sector.
We will drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We will eliminate illegal government discrimination.
Thank you, 56 Nick Rich, for the super chat.
Turn to a society based on individual rights and individual merit.
Yeah, that's the group that just yelled before. Everybody else is starting to file out of her border yelling. Did you hear that? Whoa. end the Fed. Yeah, so they're shouting down the "We want Trump" people with "End the Fed." Or "Ain't no thing." Either that. Either if I was standing there, I would go, "Is that ain't no thing? Do what you want to do." Is that what they're yelling? They're yelling "End the Fed." Federal government? Yeah, basically. Oh, so you don't want the country to exist anymore? Yeah, we do. It'll be fine. Will it? Okay. Again, it sounds like "ain't no thing." Ain't no thing.
Thank you.
Ain't no thing.
And I will also stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush crypto. We're going to stop it.
His crusade to crush crypto? It's doing fine on its own.
Will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth
He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin.
Your Bitcoin.
And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
Why? What difference does it make? If there's a dollar, why wouldn't there be a digital version of it? Most dollars are traded digitally anyways.
I will also immediately end the humanitarian disaster on our southern border. We will end it quickly. You cannot
What? How? Opening fire on people?
have capitalism and also have open borders, because you will soon be turned into a socialist nation, then a poor nation, and finally you will be a failed nation. By ending the border crisis, which we will do immediately,
How? What, you going to do? Build more wall that people can walk around?
we will save freedom, prosperity, and capitalism in America. And before I even arrive at...
We will say? What? Hold on.
By ending the border crisis, which we will do immediately, we will save freedom, prosperity, and
Oh, he's save. Okay.
capitalism in America. And before I
Thank
even
you.
arrive at the Oval Office shortly after we win the presidency, I will have the horrible war between Russia and Ukraine settled, so we quit spending hundreds of billions of dollars to fight
That, by the way, that was the maggots again cheering. And then the libertarians are like, how?
other people's wars, and so that we start immediately saving thousands and thousands of lives.
Russian lives.
And I am committed to restoring peace and restoring stability and
Stability?
to stopping Joe Biden's march to World War III. You know you're being led right into World War III.
You do realize that, but you're probably not you guys. You're basically in a World War III of politics, you bunch of losers. So you probably don't even know.
You know that.
You know that, right? Yeah.
You're going to have World War III, and it'll be a war like no other because of the weaponry, the massive weaponry.
You mean nukes?
It
Yeah. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm aware of the threat. I heard about it in school.
will be a war like no other.
What? Everybody will be wearing like really spectacular outfits.
We will stop it, and I'm the only one that's going to be able to stop it.
How? If we're being marched towards it, why would they just start? Like even if you won the election, which you're not going to, what if they really want World War III and they want to put it on your fucking doorstep? Why wouldn't they just launch it in December? Right? Wouldn't you just commit the troops and then they're already on their way and they're already in fights, and taking them out will be difficult and unraveling it will be like Afghanistan?
I will protect American sovereignty from the creeping hands of global government. And as we speak, Joe Biden's minions are in Geneva, secretly negotiating to surrender more of our liberty to the World Health Organization. Drafts of the agreement show that they want to subjugate America to foreign nations, attack free speech, empower the World Health Organization to redistribute American resources. They're going to take our money and send it all over the world to other countries that we need for our own citizens in the event of a...
Only the money we give to them for their use. Yeah. the money we give to them, whatever, like that's the idea, is like it will go where it's most needed so that the disease doesn't come here. I mean, if there's ever been a good situation where we fight it over there so we don't have to fight it over here, it's infectious fucking disease, you dipshit.
Pandemic, and it can happen again. I am hereby demanding that Joe
Well, if you get in office.
Biden submit these monstrosities to the Senate as treaties. They have to be submitted as treaties because he cannot be allowed to do that.
They're not treaties. They're cooperating agreements.
Destroy our country, he is. If he does not, I will rip them up and throw them out on day one of the Trump administration. On education, we will cut federal
And then, like clockwork, 2 years later, another pandemic.
funding for any school pushing Marxist and communist race and gender theories on our children.
And I will keep men out of women's sports.
We will keep men out of women's sports. And I will.
Why? Libertarians, real quick. What do you give a fuck? Why should the government be telling somebody what's a man, what's a woman, and where they should be? It's a little difficult for you guys, isn't it? In particular. I mean, you didn't realize you were caught in your own little Foucault trap, did you?
Will not give 1 penny to any school that has a vaccine mandate or a mask mandate.
Which means destroying the Department of Education and, of course, defunding all schools because all of them have regular vaccine mandates. What it means is a COVID vaccine mandate, which almost none of them have now.
We will shut down our out-of-control federal Department of Education.
Yeah, measles, polio, all that stuff. Hey, welcome back.
And give it back to the states and local governments. I will return power to the states, local governments, and to the American people. I am a believer.
I don't want to do this. I want the job, but none of the responsibilities. I want the paycheck and the honor and the illusion of responsibility, but I want you fuckers to work it out. I don't need to do this shit.
In the 10th Amendment, I will always defend religious liberty and the right to keep and bear arms. And I,
as a libertarian, believe that everyone should be able to have, most of all, their own nuclear weapon. Because it doesn't say guns, it says arms. And everything counts as an arm these days. Everyone should be walking around looking like a Mad Max character with a dirty nuke in a suitcase just for self-defense. I'm gonna make sure that America is basically Barter Town in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Great movie, never saw it. Don't like Tina, don't know why.
will secure our elections.
Again, how do you do it? If you won, it was secure and you got in. If you don't win and you're claiming it's not secure and then you're gonna say it was stolen from you, what recourse do you have to secure the fucking elections? None.
So in conclusion,
Thank God.
to every freedom lover here today, and there are a lot of them,
Ah, you're all lovers. Thank you, Nancy, for the super chat.
and all across our land, I say, this is no ordinary election.
This is no ordinary election.
Freedom itself is at stake. This will be the most important election
Of my life, because if I don't get elected, I'm going to the Huskow, the cement condo. I got indicted! And my parents are looking down and they're saying, "Why, my son? I knew it. It was always a shithill. I like the other ones better." Here I am. If they want to send me to prison, I'm gonna go to Russia. They'll set me up, obviously. One of those, maybe one of those big houses that Putin doesn't use because he's never there. I'll take one of those. It's a very nice, classy place. Meanwhile, till that time, I will make soup for my family. Sorry. Okay. Well, sorry. I interrupted. My bad.
In the history of our country. So if
At levels no one's ever seen before. And it's a disgrace.
you want to strike a blow against the corrupt
If you want her, tell me what you want or what you really, really want or what you really, really want. I wanna.
self is at stake, this will be the most important election in the history of our country. So if you want to strike a blow against the corrupt system in Washington, if you want to send a message to all of the people who want to take away your liberty, then right now in this election, we need your help. We need your support. When I'm in the White House, you will always find an open door to the Oval Office.
Like, you know, I'll let any crazy fucker in there. Look at last time. I let in the greats. Mike Pillow, Sidney Powell, Lynn Wood. What a crazy little fucker he was. He was like a little televangelist with his red fucking face and his weirdness. And I let him in. So you gotta know, I'll let you in. I won't even be there most of the time.
Together, we are taking on some of the most menacing forces and vicious opponents our people have ever seen.
Crabgrass, sand traps, real golfers. It's terrible. Terrifying.
But no matter how hateful or corrupt the communists and criminals we're fighting are, and they are vicious and they are corrupt.
Oh, it's terrible. The things they want to do.
Free health care for illegal. Look.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to be appointing very pro-crime judges.
As you do.
You must never forget, this nation does not belong to them. This
You must remember.
I had to beat off. Nation belongs to you. Belongs to you.
You, they always yell when I say you. When I say it's you, they have to clap, don't they? I mean, how do you not clap for that?
This is your home. This is your heritage. And our American liberty is your God-given right. 2024.
Libertarians, a lot of atheists, by the way. I'm just saying. They believe in natural rights, not God-given rights. It's they hate the language of it. That's why they're silent when they talk about this shit.
Is our final battle. With your help, we will demolish the deep state.
Which I gotta say, demolish the deep state works as a phrase. He could have done it last time.
We will expel the warmongers from our government.
Warmongers. It's easier to say as one less syllable, you dumb fuck. Warmongers. Try it.
Government, we will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates.
This is the same shit where he plays the whole, like this is the, yeah. He
Hates our country, and we will drain the swamp, and we will restore and rescue.
I know I didn't do it last time, but this time I really will. Soon as I take office, or about 2 weeks later, I will drain that swamp. Because most people don't know this, it's a cash swamp. I'll just take all the cash from the swamp, put it in my pocket. I'll put it in the white suit. I'll put it right here.
Our country from these tyrants and villains once and for all.
That's right. We're gonna round them up in a totally extrajudicial way, and then,
Ladies and gentlemen,
mostly gentlemen,
the great.
And it's great to address the Libertarian Sausage Fest. Believe me, even if I wasn't speaking, I wouldn't want to be a woman in this building, because eek. It's like a date rapist convention. Everybody in here looks like somebody that an entire town backed when he was captain of the football team, when they knew he was guilty, but they really wanted to win the big game. Yikes.
Liberation of America begins on November 5th, 2024.
It's like, they're making the fucking, squeezing it to make it an alligator and biting him.
It will be the most important.
When the shark bites with his teeth there, and it keeps them
day in the
pearly-white.
history of our country.
That's awesome. Whoever that person is, there's a job waiting for them in a Cirque du Soleil show.
And the forgotten man and woman will be forgotten no longer.
Like who? Just, you're always remembering them, so who? He's not going to do the snake, clearly.
I want to thank you. I want your support.
Then do it.
And again, you can either nominate us and put us in the position or give us your votes. I would say nominate or give us your votes, but we want libertarian votes because...
They can't nominate you, fuckwad. You can't be... There's a bunch of states where you can't be on two political parties' ballot at the same time.
You stand for what we stand for, and don't waste a vote. And don't allow the worst president in the history of our country.
It's going to be your fault when I lose. And I'm going to blame you, libertarians. Just remember this.
To come back and do the final destruction of America. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. God bless you.
Clap, clap, clap. Thank you, one person. Okay. I didn't like that. Okay, move over here. They're not even moving the camera that fast. They don't really care. Okay. Squirt, 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 squirt. Nobody does. Somebody's eating my hair with a chicken. That's not right. Bye. Jesus Christ. Do you see that, like, duck out? Watch this. Watch him leave. Watch. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Just gone. Okay, he stopped over. Okay, there he is. Saluting. People are literally giving him a thumbs down live. Go. They're like, go. He's doing this like out of muscle memory, this part of it. Where I go and I stand, they love the part where I stand there. Like I get letters all the time. Sir, big guy, tears in his eyes. Sending me a letter, sir, the way you stand there while the music is playing and jerk off an imaginary giant all over your scalp, it fills me with so much... sorry, pork belongs on a sandwich, not DC. All right, that's Jesus Christ. That's old. That sign's been around since the fucking 60s. Well, there we go, kids. That was it. We made it all the way through it. And the timing ended up being perfect in spite of the fact... Shut the fuck up. Hold on. In spite of the fact... can I show you one more thing? Maybe two. Just one more thing. I don't know what's going on. By the way, hit that like, subscribe. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I'm here every 5 days a week in the afternoons and Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Many people know that, like, Christina Bobb, who was Trump's attorney, who famously signed off on the Mar-a-Lago search warrant while she was there, and she signed off on some of the, you know, that the presence, there were no classified documents there, shit like that. He hung her out to dry. Well, she's on Sebastian Gorka's show, and I don't know what the fuck is up with the lighting on this one, but she's uplit like a fucking horror movie. This is so weird. Like, it's like they have a spotlight on her cleavage on purpose. Like, they aimed this at her chest, and I would not put this below them. But Gorka, this is her on America First with Sebastian Gorka, and I think his like, what chest? Oh, believe me, there's a chest. He doesn't hire female staff without a chest. Gorka. Yeah. See what I mean? Like, he's like grayish blue. Like, the lighting just sucks. Wherever they are, he's there in person. The war on Team Trump. Traitor, moron, scumbag, dope, sap, fucker. I mean, yeah.
Young boy fantasizes about being a soldier. And if you end up being one, you shouldn't brag about it, but you can be proud about it.
Why shouldn't people brag about their service to this country?
I don't wear it on my sleeve, but I spent a few years in the British Army, in the reserves, in the military.
In the reserves? Oh, you know, they, I did bits of parts, mostly in a, and I was sort of an ambassador for some of the more complicated paperwork. Gorka!
The intelligence unit. But I don't talk about it
the ironically named intelligence unit, apparently.
all the time. Now, if I'd been a Marine in America, I'd probably wear that on my sleeve every single day.
Right, but you couldn't be. Not just because you're British, but because you're a complete puss.
Love our devil dogs. So when you find out about...
We love our devil dogs. Yes, old boy. Everybody. The devil dogs, yes. Here's to them. Better them than us, eh? Yes. What? I said better them than us. That's not proper. I know, but we always say it when they're not around. You know. Do you want to do it? Of course not. Well, exactly. So better them than us. That's why we honor them. We respect the fact that they'll do the dangerous shit while we sit here having our scotch. What? Yes? What? Gorka?
somebody that they were a Marine and you didn't know, it's all the more impressive. There's an attorney,
when they kill you.
beautiful, fearless woman who used to work for President Trump. Her name is Christina Bobb. I'm sure
Used to work for him.
you've recognized her face. But did you know that, yeah, she's a leatherneck. She was a Marine, a major, a judge advocate, and
She was in the JAG. Simmer down.
they're coming after her.
By the way, good for her. Appreciate her service. Awesome thing. But don't pretend that she's a fucking, like, she was in the Marines as a JAG. She was not in the Marines as an assassin / JAG.
Now, in a long string of those who are being targeted by lawfare means, who in
Well, it's curious that those people who are being targeted, they all have to commit a crime first. Weird.
include, of course, my former colleagues in the White House. They include Peter Navarro,
Super fun. One of the best I'm going to jail speeches I've ever heard.
now sitting in a federal prison.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. Oh, sorry. This is probably a better way of doing that. Let's see. Do I have? No, I don't. I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have an applause thing, but this will work. Just it's rain, but it sounds close enough. Okay.
For contempt of Congress. Steve Bannon, my boss in the White House.
It's contempt of soap.
America's greatest mayor, Rudy Giuliani.
Not even close. Moved the emergency response center into the Twin Towers after they were bombed, where they were destroyed in the second attack. Brilliant. Also, his biggest feather in his cap as a DA was getting rid of the Italian mob so that the Russians and the Chinese could move in. Wonder who that benefited. Weird.
And perhaps most disgusting of all,
They tried the. Okay. Thank you, Andre. I will try and work that out.
a man who served with honor in the U.S. Navy,
Honor.
Walt Nauta.
Right. Who gave it up to be Trump's body man. You realize that Timothy McVeigh was in the military as well. In general, we expect a certain level of patriotism and love of country from folks, but, you know, not everybody, you know, no organization is going to have a 100% purity quotient in this regard.
That they came after relentlessly.
No, they relented, obviously. I mean, he's not in Gitmo.
Now, they're coming after Christina Bobb as well.
Yes, this is her fucking Carrie headshot. I had my eyebrows done extra thick.
Oh.
I call it the chocolate bar effect. They look like 2 Hershey's chocolate bars.
And I'm honored to have that Marine on our show. Christina, welcome to the Gorka Reality Check.
And sorry about the lighting, but there's just Stu from The Blaze is sitting off camera with a flashlight. It's the best we could do. And what do you expect from him?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Are you really?
Now let's put that last photograph up while we're talking, because my producer said to me when I sent it to him this morning, he said, "What? Why did she give you permission to use that photograph? What is that? Is that a mug shot?"
Really? He didn't know? That your producer's that on it? Your producer doesn't know what the fuck? That explains the content on the Sebastian Gorka show.
It looks so bad. And I said, "Yeah, David, that's exactly what it is." So
It's bad Ass. Okay, it's more ass than bad, but
Would you explain your new profile picture on social media, Christina, please?
Yeah, it's my mugshot. Absolutely.
one of several that's coming. I know she's wearing green. She's not wearing dark enough green. I mean, she's wearing too dark green. It's not the bright green. It's the way they've lit her.
Got booked earlier this week in the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office and fingerprinted the whole thing and arraigned. They are coming after me, 9 felonies for a non-crime. And
A non-crime of trying to deny my fellow Americans their lawful votes in an attempt to sway an election towards my current boss at the time, and using the fact that I was a lawyer to undermine the rights to vote of millions of my fellow Americans.
yeah, they're trying to basically throw their political prisoners in jail. Now,
Well, if they're already political prisoners, why would you throw them in jail? Why do you have? My question is, why do we have political prisoners out walking around? You know?
I don't believe for a second that this is all about whatever alleged conspiracy they're claiming occurred. This is because I reported extensily on Arizona. I spent months on the ground in Arizona.
Yeah, it wasn't the reporting that they had a problem with.
Exposed a lot of corruption in the Arizona government, and now they're trying to throw me in prison.
No, nobody's going to jail for exposing corruption. No, you engaged in a scheme to get false electors to come to D.C. and pose as the real electors. That's why you're being tried.
So let's put this in perspective. You are undaunted. You're a Marine. You're never
She's a bit daunted.
going to stop. We've had you on my radio show. We're
She might stop. Yeah.
going to get you back to tell your story so everyone in America knows. But let's, to use a legal phrase, a lawyerly phrase,
You are guilty.
there is a fact
Gorka! She's guilty.
pattern. And what's the fact pattern?
Yeah.
They come after those who are patriots
Citation needed.
and who worked for or support President Trump, whether
Right. Well, you can't be both of those things at the same time.
it's you, Peter, whether it's Rudy, whether it's Steve.
It's whether it's anyone who worked for him, any volunteer, anywhere in the country. Oh, wait, they're not. They're only going after the people who actually engaged in a conspiracy to undermine the Electoral College of the United States and place someone in the White House that didn't belong there.
And
Weird.
the things we're finding out,
By not looking are better than the things we find out when we look.
headlines, whether it's threatening lawyers, whether it's trying to break the lawyer-client connection that is confidential.
You mean attorney-client privilege? It's a common phrase. Again, your producer doesn't know that was her mugshot, and you don't know the phrase attorney-client privilege.
Threatening the president's aide, Walt Nauta.
Well, they have him. They're not threatening him. They have him on video absconding with classified documents and participating in a scheme in a conspiracy. Literally, that's the charge. In a conspiracy to defraud the government.
I mean, these people know no limits. This isn't.
Well, yeah, they don't have any limits when, well, I guess they technically do. Legally, they have limits on how they can go after these crimes. That's why they needed a fucking search warrant.
Law. Yeah. This is a form of warfare, is it not, Christina?
No, it's not. It isn't. It's not.
100%. It is.
No, it is not 100% warfare. If it was 100% warfare, you'd be dead already. Shut the fuck up.
Is overreach.
You chest-pounding assholes.
At its finest. It's government overreach with a.
Warfare, overreach, warfare. Is there really a difference? I mean, come on.
Political agenda. They are trying to criminalize political opposition. If you oppose us, we're going to try to throw you in prison. Now,
you do realize that everybody who voted for Trump isn't going to jail. You do realize that everyone in the Republican Party isn't in danger of going to jail. You do realize that there are thousands of sitting Republicans who aren't having any court problems at all. You do realize that.
Now, interestingly, I'd reported a bunch on Arizona, but when
that is interesting.
They originally sent me a subpoena, but it was kind of a pseudo subpoena.
Yeah, it's a pseudo subpoena.
To go testify at the Arizona grand jury. They specifically said in writing, you are not under investigation by the. grand jury. My
Yeah, but that was an earlier grand jury.
attorney called them and said, hey, what's this all about? And they said, oh, no, she's not under investigation by the grand jury. We just
And then the investigation that the grand jury was doing turned up evidence against her, and oops,
want her to come talk to us. I declined.
as any innocent person would.
A couple weeks later, I was named as senior counsel at the RNC for election integrity. And then a couple weeks later, I got indicted.
Yeah, I mean, it's because time moves forward. I'm going to need to see causation, not correlation. That's like saying I had sex with this person. I became 6 months later. I became the counsel for the RNC. 3 months later, I'm having a baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I mean, those were the facts as I experienced them. So, there's
No. Were there any more? I mean, my life is very busy, and I can't imagine if you're around Trump all the time, the kind of buzzing bullshit he makes you do just to justify your shitty wages or the fact that he's not even going to pay you. There is no way I could sum up a year of my life with 3 events.
a few reasons why I think I was probably indicted. None of
The emails between you and Rudy Giuliani and Steve Bannon and that crowd?
them have anything to do with the facts in the indictment.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
Yeah. You're a Marine, you're a JAG, you're a reporter, then you're an attorney for the president, and then you're an attorney for the RNC. That's why you have to be taken out, and that's why they're coming out.
Well, but you committed a crime during that period as well. And by the way, are there no other Republican, like even Democrats are loath to go after Republican women? Talk about being like slow pitch on dealing with some bad people. Like Democrats, if there's a minority member of the House or Senate who's doing some shady shit, it takes Democrats forever to go after that person. Because even the appearance of racism or sexism is anathema to the party. So there's this whole we'll slow walk it or whatever. If it's a fucking white dude, they'll just fucking jump up and go, that dude's a piece of shit criminal, right? Because they can, and there's none of that weight around it. But it's not like they're like, wait till we get some of these Republican women. Ooh, right.
To you and Rudy as well. Christina, Bob, are you ever going to give up? Are you ever going to surrender,
Absolutely not.
supporting the truth and fighting for the truth?
Absolutely not. And what Democrats have done is
Everybody talks like this before they flip.
they have taken
Jenna Ellis was talking just like this, if you'll recall. Remember the Jenna Ellis interviews before she flipped? Remember those? Oh, yeah.
out the weak links in the Republican Party, or at least enough of them, to those of us like yourself who have a backbone and are willing to stand
Yeah, fucking rhinos.
up and speak the truth regardless.
I did. It never going to give you up yet. I just rickrolled her by accident. We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I.
Of what they throw at us, that's all that's left. And so they're taking on a very new form of the Republican Party. This isn't the Republican Party from even 2020 or 2016. This is
Right, because none of those people are just going to jail just for their ideas, right?
the MAGA Party.
Yeah, this is a mega party. We don't need those old Republicans. Fuck them, okay? Get it together, understand it, know it, feel it, love it, squeeze it, and we might need a few libertarian votes, a smidge.
Yeah, this is the MAGA party. It is.
Yeah, it's the mega party. That's all that's left. And what a party it is. Now I want Hal to do the whole version. Oh, I can rickroll people live.
Finally ours. It is America first, and we are here to destroy the swamp. If you love America, this isn't about party politics. This is about using the judicial system, the FBI, the DOJ as a political weapon. And we have...
I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Sorry.
Your back, whatever you need from us. And Love to see you in a Trump
In jail.
DOJ.
In a women in prison movie. You know, one of those old German style ones. You know what I'm saying?
So hang in there, my friend.
Hang in there. They're now coming after me because I can flee the country.
Fidelis. Check out Christina's social media. Follow her.
Yeah, follow her for the time being, because till she flips and she's persona non grata. Yes.
And her book on the
Sorry,
2020 election. Next up, it is a political police. It is the Gestapo.
It is the Gestapo. That's the type of thing. And you say it like it's a bad thing. Why would you do this? You know? This is, ooh, that's a bingo. Is that how you say it?
Are you aware what the FBI was authorized to do when they raided Mar-a-Lago?
The same thing they're allowed to do every time they do a search warrant, so that their agents aren't murdered. Carry weapons. If they're fired upon, they can return fire. What a strange thing. It's almost as if it's standard operating procedure.
Shocking. Stay on this channel.
No, it's not shocking. They guaranteed he wasn't there. It's not even his house, you dumb motherfucker. Let me, if I may, because I think there's some maggots are here, and I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. Let me just say this. Mar-a-Lago is not Donald Trump's home. Donald Trump is our first homeless president. He doesn't have a home. He doesn't stay in his apartment in New York anymore. He's moved out of there. He stays at Mar-a-Lago for a few months, and then he goes to Bedminster because they are not homes. He cannot stay in them for more than 90 days at a stretch. It's against the rules of taxation that he has the property under. It's a rental property. He rents it out to other people. Yeah, he's unmansioned, right? Fuck off with this nonsense about the president's home. He bounces from hotel to hotel like an old Broadway star living in a. I like it better when they clean my room for me. It's he wants to live out his days like Howard Hughes on the top floor of a hotel he owns, pissing in mason jars and growing his fucking fingernails till he falls in love with a pigeon like Nikola Tesla, and nobody knows he's been dead for 4 days because his family doesn't come to visit anymore. That's it. He doesn't have a home. Where's Donald Trump's home? Where is it? Do you rent out your home? He's got a fucking, he lives above the shop. That's what he does. And why doesn't he? Why is Mar-a-Lago a club that he owns that, you can stay for a short while, or it's a short residency thing, but you cannot live there. It's a giant Airbnb. That's right. Why doesn't he have a home? If he's a billionaire, he lives in all of us like a parasite, like the parasite that went into, he's America's RFK brainworm. Oh, thank you very much, 56 Nick Rich. Thank you guys so much for the support and the love. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the likes, and I will see you tomorrow. Why doesn't Donald Trump have a house? If he's a billionaire somewhere, some fucking where that he lives all the time. Wyoming, fucking upstate New York. Why? What is that about? It's super fucking odd. I don't know where Melania. Well, Melania lives with her parents in Maryland most of the time, or her parents' house where they were. Yeah, that's yes. He could, if he wanted to. I'm pretty sure I know he could have. Whoops, where is it? Hold on. He can have a house in what? Wyoming. Achoo!